Everyone has nights where they can't sleep for no particular reason. While missing a night or two isn't a problem, the story of a man who hasn't slept for 6 months is quite interesting. He is an ordinary company employee, and because of extreme sleep deprivation, everything feels surreal and blurry to him. He impulsively buys luxury items he sees in magazines and advertisements to find some peace of mind. Unable to endure the insomnia, he goes to a doctor to ask for sleeping pills. However, the doctor tells him not to rely on medicine and instead practice exercising to sleep naturally. When he treats his insomnia like a serious disease, the doctor guides him. If you want to see what a real disease is, go look at those with testicular cancer. Following the doctor's advice, he visits a support group where patients comfort one another. The cancer patients there embrace him, thinking he is also a survivor who has undergone surgery. Most of the patients are divorcees who feel depressed, believing their manhood is lost. Every week, they pair up to share their struggles and cry. His partner is Bob. Due to cancer, Bob had his parts removed and has grown large breasts because of taking too many hormones. When Bob tells him, just cry, he feels free in Bob's arms and sobs. At that moment, his mind feels light and he falls into a deep, sound sleep like a child. After that, he becomes addicted to crying and starts attending every support group meeting for cancer patients. Since he has no actual illness and remains silent, people assume his condition is so severe that he can't speak about it and they sympathize with him. The more the patients cry, the more he cries, and he is able to sleep soundly every day. This feeling brings him relief and becomes his solution for sleep. One day, a woman enters his peaceful life and disrupts it. Her name is Marla Singer, and she wanders into the testicular cancer group. Marla, like him, attends all the cancer meetings. While others allow her to participate, seeing another faker who has no illness makes it difficult for him to cry because it's like looking at himself. Since he can't cry, the sleepless nights return. Even meditation doesn't work because Marla has become a nuisance, so he confronts her. Don't come to these places if you don't have a disease, he says, but Marla insists on going to places where she can get free coffee and snacks. Realizing he can't convince her, they agree to go to different meetings on different days and exchange phone numbers to stay in touch. He is a recall coordinator for a car company checking production defects. If a car they sold is involved in an accident, he investigates whether it was the car's fault or the person's fault to settle compensation. Because of this job, he travels across the country and spends most of his time on planes. Due to lack of sleep, he loses focus and even thinks, it would be good if something happened to this plane. On one flight, the man sitting next to him reads the airplane safety instructions aloud. In a crash from thousands of feet, the reason they tell you to breathe oxygen is to make you euphoric and submissive to orders, the man says. He becomes interested in this man who is different from others. The man's name is Tyler Durden, and he introduces himself as a soap maker. Tyler tells him, a stranger, how chemicals used in soap making can be used to make bombs, and he listens with great interest. When he gets home, he finds his condo has exploded in a fire. According to the police, a gas leak caused the explosion while he was away. In this distressing situation, having no friends, he calls Marla, the only phone number he has. Marla answers, but when he finds Tyler's business card in his pocket, he immediately hangs up and calls Tyler instead. He and Tyler talk for a long time at a bar. His home, once filled with luxury items, is now gone. Tyler believes that spending money on things people label as luxury is a waste. Tyler says people think they are fulfilled if they can compete to buy famous brands. But there is never true fulfillment. It's better to just let things happen naturally. He feels relieved talking to Tyler. As he prepares to find a hotel, Tyler invites him to stay at his house. But Tyler makes a request. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. He hits Tyler without hesitation, and Tyler hits him back in the stomach. Taking turns hitting each other, they get into a fight. Afterward, they rest and drink beer, covered in wounds. Although they are in pain, they feel lighter and more refreshed than before. Tyler's house is a dilapidated shack that leaks when it rains. It's so decayed that it seems it could collapse at any moment. With doors without locks, stairs that break when stepped on, and a sink without water, it feels like living in a trash pile. Every night, they drink beer outside the bar and hit each other. Because of this, he goes to the office with bruises and is looked at as a strange person. After a month, they get used to the leaky house. Later, people who see them fighting say they want to join in. When they hit each other, the noises in their ears go silent and they feel the courage to do anything. Even though they are busy with work all week, they seek freedom on Saturday evenings. More people like them join, and by Monday, everyone is looking forward to fighting on Saturday. As the crowd grows, they establish an organization called Fight Club in a basement with 8 rules. Rule number 1, you do not talk about Fight Club. Rule number 2, you do not talk about Fight Club. Rule number 3, if someone says stop or goes limp, the fight is over. Rule number 4, only 2 guys to a fight. Rule number 5, only 1 fight at a time. Rule number 6, no shirts, no shoes. Rule number 7, fights will go on as long as they have to. And rule number 8, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight. A useless boy at an office who couldn't even tell if a pen was red or black feels like a god for 10 minutes after knocking out a man from a restaurant. They feel most alive when they are in Fight Club, and it becomes an escape for their lives. Winning or losing doesn't matter. After fighting, they feel like all their life problems are solved, so more and more people join. One day, Marla calls him. She's checking in because he hasn't shown up at the support groups for 8 weeks. Marla is interested in him, but he gets annoyed and leaves the phone aside. The next morning, Marla is at his house. Tyler had picked up the phone and invited her over. He is frustrated seeing Tyler and Marla together. When he tells her to leave, Marla curses and walks out. Tyler asks him for a promise. Don't tell Marla about me. He doesn't know why, but he promises. He is annoyed by those two as Marla comes over every day. He notices that Tyler avoids Marla except when they are sleeping. Marla tries to flirt with him, but he gets angry and kicks her out. Marla calls him a disgusting psycho and leaves. Tyler says they will make soap tonight. To make soap, they don't use beef fat. They go to a hospital and steal human fat from the trash bins. Tyler pours burning chemical powder lye on his hand. The pain is worse than a fire and leaves a large scar. As he struggles with the pain, Tyler doesn't let go and says, "Feel the pain and feel like you've lost everything." Tyler shows a scar on his own hand and teaches him that only after we've lost everything are we free to do anything. When he finally endures the pain, Tyler pours the neutralizing liquid. One day, he accidentally meets Bob from the testicular cancer group. Bob says he found something better than the support group. But when Bob says the first rule is not to talk about it, he realizes Bob is also a member of Fight Club. Bob praises Tyler Durden, the founder. They hadn't met because they attended on different days. That night, Tyler scolds the members because the organization grew too large due to people breaking rules number 1 and number 2. As punishment, Tyler gives the members homework. The homework is to pick a fight with a stranger. To do his homework, he goes to his office and asks his manager for work from home because the Iran-US war might raise gas prices. They argue about the Strait of Hormuz closing and opening. When the manager tries to fire him, he hits himself, pretending the manager beat him up and leaves the job with a large compensation. Tyler also gets fired from his part-time hotel job because he peed in the soup he served. Since they have no jobs, both fight in Fight Club every day. Tyler gives more homework to destroy public property. The members destroy things, and he and Tyler smash car headlights. They also fed pigeons in a parking lot so that the cars would be covered in pigeon droppings the next morning. One night, Tyler holds a store clerk at gunpoint and takes him outside. He is confused. Tyler threatens the clerk, "If you want to be a veterinarian, go to college within 6 weeks, or I will kill you." When he asks why Tyler did this, Tyler replies that the boy will wake up the next morning feeling it's the best day of his life. Tyler's goal is to make people do what they really want instead of being trapped by possessions Later, Tyler recruits trainees. A boy waits in front of their house. Tyler tells the boy he is too young and sends him away. But the boy stands still like a statue. When he asks Tyler what is happening, Tyler tells him to just drive them away by saying they are too young, too old, or too fat. After waiting for 3 days, they are allowed in. When Bob arrives, he drives Bob away for being too fat. Bob leaves immediately, but when Tyler is away, he lets his friend Bob into the house. Those who get in then drive others away by shouting or hitting them, only letting them in after 3 days. He still doesn't know why Tyler founded a private army. Their group becomes famous and appears in the news. The police try hard to control Tyler's group for destroying public property. When he asks the members what they are doing, they reply, "In Project Mayhem, you don't ask questions." One day, they kidnap a police commissioner in a restroom. They threaten to castrate him if he doesn't drop the charges, so the commissioner complies. He understands Tyler's goals less and less. One night, Tyler takes him and a Project Mayhem member in a car. When he asks what they are doing, Tyler repeats, "In Project Mayhem, you don't ask questions." He says, "I founded Fight Club too. I have a right to know." But Tyler replies, "No one owns Fight Club." Tyler drives into oncoming traffic and tells everyone to let go. Believing that one is free only after losing everything, Tyler lets go of the steering wheel. They hit a car and crash off the road. Tyler is energized by challenging death, but he is bedridden due to the accident. When he recovers, Tyler is gone. The house is full of Project Mayhem members who just do their work without asking or answering questions. He feels lonely because his best friend Tyler left without a word. While he is heartbroken, Marla arrives. When he tells her Tyler is gone, Marla is surprised and leaves sadly. At that time, Bob is brought back in an emergency because he was shot in the head. He's sad about Bob's death, but other members feel it's an honor to die in service. He is frustrated by these psychos who don't feel anything for a human life, but they take his words as wisdom from a leader. Distressed, he goes to look for Tyler. In Tyler's room, he finds plane tickets to cities all over the world. He follows Tyler to every city after city, day after day. In every city Tyler visited, there is a fight club, and when he asks, they say, "In Project Mayhem, you don't ask questions." He feels like he has been to every city Tyler visited. It's like searching for an invisible man. At a bar, he asks about Tyler, and the bartender asks, "Are you here to inspect us?" He says no. During the talk, the bartender calls him Mr. Tyler Durden, which shocks him. To find the truth, he calls Marla. When he asks if they were lovers or slept together, Marla explodes, saying he is a crazy guy who loves and hates her, wants and doesn't want her, kicks her out and calls her back. Since Marla also calls him Tyler, he realizes he is Tyler Durden. Actually, the person he saw wasn't Tyler Durden. He was Tyler Durden. Because of extreme insomnia, his confused mind created a persona completely different from himself. One body, two minds. Tyler works at the company by day and makes soap by night. He created the new person Tyler during his free time. Everything he thought Tyler did, he did himself. The fighting in front of the bar was him hitting himself. People who admired his freedom followed him. He founded both Fight Club and Project Mayhem. He burned his own house. While he thought he was sleeping, he was living as Tyler. He goes back to the house to see what he has done. When he arrives, the people and soap are gone. He realizes he did something terrible as Tyler. Since he is Tyler, he investigates what he is doing and finds out Tyler and his army are planning to blow up credit card companies. The goal is to destroy credit records so everyone will be debt-free and free. Tyler and his group are starting Project Mayhem. First, he explains the truth about him and Tyler to Marla and tells her to leave the city. Even though Marla doesn't believe him, he forces her onto a bus. Then he surrenders at a police station. He explains Fight Club and Project Mayhem, but the police turn out to be Project Mayhem members. Tyler had ordered them to castrate anyone who tries to stop Project Mayhem. They praise him as a genius for sacrificing himself to confess for the greater good. But since rules are rules, they try to castrate him. He grabs a gun from a policeman and escapes. While trying to disarm a bomb Tyler set, Tyler appears in his mind. He shoots at Tyler, but it's like shooting at air. They fight, but he is actually hitting himself. Tyler beats him and ties him to a chair so he won't stop the explosion. Tyler had also ordered Marla to be kidnapped as a hostage, so Marla is brought there. Realizing the gun is actually in his hand, the gun truly appears in his hand. Knowing that shooting Tyler is useless, he shoots himself in the mouth so they both die. Tyler tries to stop him, but it's too late. The bullet exits through his cheek, but his alter ego Tyler's head is blown open. The Project Mayhem members are worried about him, but he tells them all to leave. He asks Marla to stay and says everything is fine. As they talk, the bombs from Project Mayhem go off and all the credit card company buildings explode simultaneously. The story ends as he holds the hand of Marla, the only one who understood his life. If you enjoyed these story recaps, please like and subscribe to our channel. Oh, special thanks to each and every one of you for listening to the Chill Recaps channel.